The champ is here.
We will definitely not shut up and dribble.
The champ is here. I must be the greatest. The champ is here.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes. Welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
Hey, mate.
Yes, he's the DB on the show. We are Black in Sports, where we're giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. All right, so we're here interviewing the best professionals in the game and in the boardroom, covering it all, laughing at it all, while providing a platform to be heard. So like we like to do around this time, man, I want to welcome our guests here today. We have another DN in the house, so I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So we got some bookends. Former AFL professional football player, and we're going to talk about the big hits on the field and the big hits in life, all right? So this guy, he went from from sports to sales manager. We got Terrance Carter in the building. Let's clap it up. Clap it up.
Thank y'all, man. Welcome, man. Humbled and honored to be here, bro.
All right,
I was
man.
just like, have a fellow DN in the building. I was just like, now I feel comfortable now. I was nervous at first. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, you got left side, I got right side.
There it
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
Strong side.
Hold it down.
Left side.
Make my job easy.
Absolutely. There you go. So, hey, how we start, man, always is a shoot your shot moment, all right? So this is where you kind of give us a story about any time in life. It could have been when you were a young buck, today, whether it was shooting that shot at those females, whether it was shooting a shot in your career, or possibly shooting your shot in professional life. So give us a good story, man. Tell us how you shot your shot.
Oh, man, I think where I shot my shot, is when I actually, took football serious and the way to push myself serious. I started late because I'm from Topeka, Kansas. Topeka, Kansas is, you just the biggest, the fastest you on the field,
Gotcha.
right? So I don't know how to train. I don't know how to lift or anything. And, I had coaches after I got my scholarship to Colorado State. I still didn't know how to push myself. I'm taking a lot of stuff for granted, and I'm still trying to live. I'm trying to, there's females over here, there's liquor, I'm trying to do too much. I'm wanting material things, and I didn't take advantage of the weight room, saying like that. And it wasn't until arena football hit, and it was probably like 3 years into my career where I'm in the gym. I was just like, and NFL, once you hit 26, 27, that's pretty much a wrap.
Yes.
You old timer.
Yeah. Like
Right.
I was just like, I was like, that's crazy to believe, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's it takes thousands and thousands of athletes and just look for these elite guys. But then I'm in the gym. I go to work during the day. I was a TA. So I went and just sat with kids, like, stinking, snot-nosed kids or whatever. But I loved what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to work. After that, I go to the gym. Then I drive down to KU, work out down there. The coaches and players allowed me to work out on the field. I go to the weight room again at the end. So pretty much from 6 in the morning till about 11:30 at night, I'm walking in and I'm falling asleep, at my job.
Wow.
I'm just sitting straight up, like just sitting just like this.
Out.
Mr. Carter, what's happening? You good? You good? And but I was just like, that was the strongest I've been, the fastest I've been, but that was because I dedicated, my life to the game, to my craft.
Gotcha.
I was just like, and that's when I took it serious. That's when I got the most shots. From workouts and, NFL workouts and everything like that.
Okay.
And so that's what I would have to say. That's when I shot my shot.
And you just went in and just locked down
put it
in
to
and
work.
focused.
Yeah.
So where did the love for sports start, that foundation?
Man, that had to start with my my brother and father. All right.
Okay.
My pops, he played professional, briefly in the CFL.
Okay.
Was with the 49ers, got hurt. But, again, he was just this big country dude that, only knew how to get past the man in front of him.
Where is he from? He's from
Topeka, Kansas.
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 So
Yeah.
it's a family business.
So,
then, huh?
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, me as a black male to have my father in my life was just a blessing in by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I took it. Also, another thing I took advantage of because I didn't understand, the guys that I'm playing with they just have their mother. Why are you staying over at our house all the time?
Right.
Yeah.
Like this, and they was just like just to get yelled at by my pops.
Yeah.
But that was definitely a huge influence. And then my brother, he was just good at everything. All right, that's what made me mad. He's the pretty one in the family, right?
Older, younger?
Older,
Okay.
older brother. You know what I'm saying? So that pushed me. I'm already chasing him. So now he's prettier than me. He has better hair than me. I was just like, he's the basketball player.
Okay.
He played for the Harlem Legends, and you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He does all the trick stuff. He shoots from half court. It pisses
Yeah.
me off.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, just having that, and when he got a first place trophy, I wanted a first place trophy.
Absolutely.
And that was my drive. I was like, but a lot of people don't understand that grind of no, I just didn't want to win. I just hated to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, so I could be okay walking off the field. I didn't have a good game. I was just like, but did I put it all? Did I leave it all out there?
Yeah.
So lots of times in the AFL, I'm walking off the field. I was like, if I'm not dead tired, I was like, then I did something wrong.
I didn't put it up. Yeah.
And so my only job out there was to make that old lineman and quarterback hate me.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And that's what inspired me the most, was to be, I probably wasn't the elite level. I probably wasn't the best. I probably wasn't this, but I know one thing: you didn't like me. You didn't like me for 80 plays.
Right, those problems.
Yeah, I was just like that coach. I was just like, you had to plan for me. I know that much.
I'm gonna mess up something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I might not have a sack this game, but I'm gonna hit your quarterback at least 10 times. Hits and hurries count. I was just like,
It does.
pressure. It's consistent pressure.
It is.
That's it.
I mean, look
Them
at
hurries
Donovan.
count, baby.
Yeah,
Them hurries count.
man. So no, that's what would drive me, is that once I actually figured out it was later, it was too late. I was like, and then I went out to Pittsburgh, and that's when the league shut down. And that's when I got my most workouts, is when the league shut down. And then after that, my work ethic went down. I was just like, my gut got a little bit bigger. I was like, and then, those going out in the middle of the field and doing drills by yourself and going in the weight room by yourself, it was further, few and far between.
Yeah, those ended.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. I was like, now I'm going into, LVAC, like, yeah, man, I got about a good 20 minutes before I'm in and out of here. That's it.
And it's all the sauna and curls.
Boy, that sauna, that's
sauna, right?
that's hanging it up. That's putting the jersey in the rafters when you start going in there.
Yeah.
So, all right, you were born in Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. Yeah.
But Topeka is kind of home.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Like, was it a move because, the family, just get in that a little bit?
Well, my pops, he was back and forth between Colorado State. My pops went to Colorado State as well.
Oh, okay.
And so my
Legacy.
mom, I was just like, that's what they said. I was just like, hey, man, he took a longer route. But again, he knew a little bit of it. I wish he knew more. I wish I had more direction. But he just knew be the best.
Okay.
I was just like, we didn't know the steps to get in between, but I was like, that's later on down the line. When my pops went to Colorado State, and with me, my brother was born in Topeka, but I guess work and family took them back out there for Colorado Springs, had me. Now we back.
Okay.
Then my younger sister, she's born in Topeka as well.
Okay.
So again, I'm the middle child and I'm the outcast all in one, man. I was like, I don't even know there's air pressure right now. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So was it always football? Did you say your brother hooped and everything? Did you?
Yeah. So
You were a 3-sport guy in high school, right?
So yeah, I was football, basketball, track.
Okay.
Now
Now I already
hit
go
him, yeah.
track. What's
Gotta
the
hit him with
event?
it.
okay. Well, now one, I was no. Okay.
Whenever you answer a question with
Yeah,
okay,
Wait.
Dude, we start explaining this shit, right?
All right.
he's out there barbecuing with EJ.
Yo.
Hey, that's what we do.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
shot put in
Hey,
man.
yo.
We was out there.
Hey, I was in the hog relays, but I was like, but that first heat in the 100 by, I call myself a sprinter.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you this much.
you
In
can
high
pop off,
school,
huh?
yeah,
Okay.
my get off
Oh, there
is
it
the only thing that set me apart most of the time, because I wasn't like like a great passer. They have power, a straight hand, Lawrence Taylor. They're just this crazy power coming off the line. I didn't have that.
Okay.
I had my first step.
That's right.
So I was just like, for 20 yards, I'm gonna get you. I got you for 20 yards. Now after that, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do that. But no, but I would run the first heat in the 100. But the thing that killed me, but I was in the 4x1, the 100 long jump.
Okay.
And those were my good, but I was really just there to holler at girls. My mom hates this, but that was it. I was just like,
those track meets is long days.
oh,
they got a long time.
Real long. I said,
Quality
man, I was
time.
done. I was like, first heat, I'm not gonna qualify. We good.
I got all day.
Yeah, I was just like, and then I go straight to long jump. I said, what I'm saying, let me get this good 18-foot jump, which isn't gonna qualify me again. Oh man, coach, the sweats, man. Give me the sweats, man. I'm over here. I was like, but that was my track. That was my track career. But honestly, that with track, it helped me so much on the football field because it was form. You know what I'm saying? It was speed, it was endurance, and
it kept you active.
It kept me active in the off season.
Yep.
Because I don't. Where are you from?
So I played ball like I was in Ohio.
Ohio. See, Ohio has spring ball, and they have real coaches. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Kansas now. I mean, we have some monsters going. Like watching Topeka, where I came from, and the recruitment and everything go up because kids are taking it serious and the training. I love to see kids from that. Okay. There now. But back then,
when you was there, it wasn't like that.
We wasn't like that. I was a running back.
Okay.
Right? Now I'm 6'2". On paper, I was 220, 230. On paper.
Right.
So when I started getting letters, this is how old I am. I started getting letters, and me and my mom started sending out VHS tapes.
Yeah.
So I would have to go in, and it was 3 computer screens.
Yep.
Play, stop, play.
Yep.
Press record on this one.
Correct.
That was the process, and we sent out over 100. And so I went from getting a couple letters to just offers and stuff like that.
My mom been doing my recruiting.
My mom,
she got Grambling coming to see me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And
dope.
so that was just something else that just pushed me because no disrespect to JUCO or NAIA or D2, but let's be honest, no kid says I can't wait to not go to Alabama or not go to the opportunity to this, and they want to shoot for the sky.
Absolutely.
But that was my mindset. I wanted to go D1.
No.
I wanted to go D1. That was my only goal, and so being a multi-sport athlete helped me get there because I wasn't 100% wasn't the best running back, but I averaged 100 yards. I was just fast enough.
6'2", 230 in high school.
Well, that was
nobody trying to hit that.
breaking through.
In Kansas?
Yeah, in Kansas. But this is again,
This skinny your big ass.
but this is Kansas though. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than you. I was just like, but we're going against these huge corn-fed, you know what I'm saying? These boys that are 6'4", 300 in high school.
Yeah, but you hit him with that one.
Yeah. I'm down the sideline, but I was just, the running back that was supposed to be there, he just wasn't smart. All right. And he would run straight to the sideline. But if he got that sweep and he's down the sideline, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But they was just like, Carter, you in there. And then I played Ironman, in high school. So we stayed on the field. I think the only thing I wasn't on was kickoff.
Okay.
And but I was like, then I played basketball, averaged about 17, 18. But that was post.
You see how he did that, right?
Yeah,
Like, 17, 18.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
just quick double-double on them.
Nah,
Same boards, 2 blocks.
Banging them boards. You know what I mean?
But that's all I had though. No, I will pump fake 20 times in the paint. I was just like, but I'm gonna get my 2 points
Or get a 3-second violation.
Oh no, you know what I'm saying? You name these monsters. Oh yeah, no. I was just like this. I might get my shot blocked. I was like, I got the ball back. Nope, I'm going back up. I promise you. I was like, that's where I got it. I was like layups, and then we had a boy that was 7'4". So our high low. Yeah, he was 7'4". 7'4", and
He gonna play somewhere? Or he?
No. He was homeschooled until 6th grade, so he caught on late. But he was still a decent player from where we caught him from AAU to high school. But that was pretty much it.
Because sometimes it'd be awkward, right? Like when they grow that fast at that age.
No, he
right?
was, and he would he would hunch and slouch, and like he was kind of socially awkward because you didn't know. But coolest dude ever.
Nice.
He became the dude, but he took a lot of heat off of me because I was like, I'm 6 foot. I was like playing the 4 or 5 position.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who. Come on, now this is
Just play
6A.
football.
This is yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is 6A basketball. 6 foot. I'm not supposed to be in the paint.
No.
So my brother is he had a 43-inch vertical.
Damn.
So he was playing the 4 spot, but he was playing players like Earl Watson, Corleone Young, players like that. So it was recruiting was crazy for
Absolutely.
basketball. I was good enough to win the starting spot and score on the person. I took it as a one-on-one thing.
Okay.
And that's where again
That focus,
the focus, the season. I was just like,
I'ma get you.
I'm gonna get you. I was just like, one-on-one, I'm going to win. I was like, whether it takes a spin move, whether it takes 40 pump fakes, whether it takes whatever it takes, because I have no jump shot. I was just like, don't make me shoot. They just like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm like Draymond on the ring. On the thing. They just like, go ahead. No, you good. No, and and then go into track season, and that's what helped me get recruited.
Gotcha.
And that was the main thing because I was actually recruited as an athlete. I didn't get recruited as
at a
DN.
position.
Yeah,
Got you.
I was running back at DN, and actually a lot of teams. I think when KU and Missouri offered, it was for tight end.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I could hands coach and everything.
Yeah.
Now my senior year, I kind of established myself more as
The defensive side?
Yeah, so I knew that's where I was going to end up.
So So now you're doing admirable at all 3 sports.
Yeah.
When was it definitive? Like this is the track that I'm going to take. Like football is going to be the lead dog.
It was honestly when I didn't receive any letters at all. I was like, the wind was taken from me. Like I loved basketball.
Okay.
We played AAU ball. Growing up. Anything.
Right.
Because it was real easy to go hit a court and you on there. I was just like nobody. Now you have people on YouTube videos and training and footwork. No, we didn't do that in Kansas. We would go and play in the park.
Just hoop.
You know what I'm saying, and hit the streets and be like, yo, man, hey, go for the long bomb and hit in the back of cars or something like that. That's all we did.
Right.
And but really, I think it was my sophomore year. My pops just kind of looked at me. He was just like, "Hey Doc, hey
Doc, I love
hey,
it.
Doc, hey, I think that's the route we got to take, Doc." And I was just like, but I loved it. So I mean, I know that Roy Williams wasn't there for me. I know that much when he came to our tournaments in Topeka, and I just started getting little by little. I just started getting little looks and offers and letters, and I got a little bit bigger. I got a little bit stronger. And then that's when I knew. I actually went to a camp for KU.
Oh, okay.
And I ran the 40, like a little combine, right?
Yeah.
I
Summer
got
camp,
invited
right?
to it. Yeah, the summer camps. And he said, the coach pulled me to the side. He said, "Hey, where you going?" I said, "Man, I'm going to run the running back drills." He said, nah. Hey. He's just like this. He said, you go on and go back over there. And then he's just like, matter of fact, just stand on the sideline while offense is going. And I was like, oh, okay. But, but sacks, I just knew, I didn't even know technical things because our coaches just said, put your hands down and go. And I was like, that's the only thing I knew. Put my hand down, beat the man in front of me, and that was it. So, but that was really the main thing was when the coaches started pushing me, and I knew I was going to get a scholarship, and that's all I wanted to take that heat off my family because we didn't have money to get us there. Now my dad worked hard, my mama worked hard. They've put me, they're still taking care of me. I'm 37 years old. I was just like, they've worked their tails off for all of us.
There you go.
And I was just like, the only thing I wanted to do was get on Monday Night Football, say I went to, Terrance Carter, Colorado State, and then, take care of my mom and dad, and I was just like, do all that stuff. That was my dream.
There it is.
Yeah, man.
So, I guess talk to me about the recruiting process. So was it going to be CSU or Colorado State just because Pops went there, or what were some other schools that you?
So it was a lot of schools. It was basically Big 12. I thought I was actually going to K-State.
Okay.
So they invited me down to all the games, and I'm watching, what was the coach's name for K-State? Snyder, right? So he's, going, they lined us up, and, he's going and saying, hey, Carter, you ready to become a Wildcat? I was like, man, yeah. I was just like, because KU, great basketball team, but not a good football school, so I didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Missouri, decent basketball team, not a good football team.
Right.
But those are my main ones before Iowa and Oklahoma and OSU. But that was after they pretty much went through their who they really wanted.
Yeah.
And then they offered late.
Gotcha.
So after I committed to Colorado State, that's when OU and OSU offered.
Yep.
And, my dad, of course, being who he is, and my mom, we came home from Colorado State. I committed and went out to Fort Collins, and I'm excited. I was like, because I thought I was going to JUCO or, because a lot of people back off. The recruiting process is brutal.
Oh, yeah.
It is, it's a show for kids. So that's why I encourage parents and kids to ask questions. What's the depth chart? What is, I was like, where do you see me playing? Do you see me changing positions? Do you see yourself being here in 4 years?
That's a real question.
That's a solid
real
question.
Yeah, but I mean, they're so scared because kids are so excited in this process.
And they put that pressure on you. If you don't take this, we're going to go to some,
I went in, Sonny Lubick sat me in a room like the Godfather. Hey, Terrance. Yeah, so that's how he talked.
Okay.
And he's sitting in the corner, and he's just like, Terrance, we're going to offer you a scholarship. And so if you don't take it, we're going to offer it to somebody else.
Yeah.
We're going to keep looking.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep looking, I'm going to keep looking.
Yeah.
That's how he talked.
Yep.
So I'm scared.
And that's the game they play.
That's it was. I was like, so I committed right there.
Yeah.
And so when we got home, my mom was just like, my dad came out. They took us out, flag, jersey sitting in the locker room. They play your name on the middle of the field. Best feeling ever in the world.
For sure. They get you hyped.
Yeah. No. It feels like you're about to play the next day.
Right.
Right. I was just like, they got little cute girl taking you around.
Yeah.
They give you all these free dinners. Dinners you'll never eat again. All right. I don't think I had steak all while I was out there for
100%.
4.5 years.
100%.
I didn't have steak.
Yeah.
Little shrimp.
Yeah.
What? bologna and peanut butter. And but when I came home, my mom said, "Hey, Terrance," she's just like, I'm happy for you, but Oklahoma called and said that they wanted you to come down, and they offered, and then once OSU found out that they was recruiting, then they offered me, and it's all like it's just effect of who wants who.
No, that's
more.
how the game works. Yeah.
So
And it's keep away too, right?
It is.
It's like, oh well, you looking at them? Well, let me see why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a brutal process.
It is, man.
And I was just like, it's truly unfair to kids that are deserving of it.
Yeah.
I was just like, now I always push you to be the student athlete. I was just like, because people don't want dumb athletes no more. That era of I can just run all over the field, but I can't read.
Yeah,
they're moving away
wrap,
from
man.
it. They're moving away from it.
Yeah.
And so I always try to encourage you, how you conduct yourself as a professional, how you conduct yourself in the classroom, and then be a beast on the field or court or whatever you are.
And it all counts, right?
And it all counts. I said
sure.
they'll go to your next door neighbor. They'll go to your pastor. They'll check your social media. Well, we didn't have social media,
Right.
but
Thank
a lot
God.
of kids are just posting and losing scholarships just off of social media.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't have social media.
Oh my!
Thank God.
Oh my God! Thank God. Oh, just take the wheel and my camera. Take it right now.
But no, that's a great point. I mean, two points, man. I just want to reiterate because it's true. As a parent and the player, they really need to ask the questions. Number one, and then the second thing is they do need to be model and well-rounded going into that.
Absolutely.
Especially with the NCAA that's now allowing them to get money off their name, image, and likeness. So they're building their brands a lot early.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know about building our brands, right?
No,
like
not at all.
if you just did it in the weight room and you got the whatever the numbers and the stats, that was good. But now it's stats times that. So no, that's a great point, man.
Yeah. And
So your Colorado days, you guys You had some games.
Yeah,
You was now. Was it always the Mountain West?
Mountain. Yeah, it was Mountain.
Mountain
Always
West?
Mountain West. Yeah,
So, who were some of the quarterbacks that you gave it to?
man.
Because the time that you played, there's some couple people that
man,
that came out in the draft. Some big time guys.
there was, but our package, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Our package was this Tampa. We ran the Tampa defense,
Yeah.
and I went up against more, guard and center, and we
Mm.
stunted in more than I was a pass rusher. Now, when Joey Porter and Clark Hagan was out there in
Uh-huh.
Colorado State, they set the ends on the outside. That's the film that they showed me, and I was just like, I said,
that was all on the
no, that was
recruiting
me.
trip. Yeah, that was
That's
on the visit.
Yeah, well, they changed the defense. They
Like,
changed
I'm
that.
kill that.
No, yeah, no, they just like, you sit. Wait a minute. All I got to be is big and fast on the outside.
Yeah.
Run a couple, dropping the coverage, but stay outside.
Right.
That's what you're telling me I got to do,
Mhm.
and I get the pass rush.
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. And that's not how it went. And so, I mean, I played against Alex Smith. I played against, I was just like, there was some monster quarterbacks. But,
Was Matt? You guys played USC. One
yeah,
year too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, so there, Reggie? Bush. Oh, my God.
How was that?
Okay. Okay. So let me tell you this story. All right. So we're preparing. Like hard.
Keyword preparing.
Preparing. Now they want this game. This is their season opener.
Yeah.
At the Coliseum.
Mm,
All right.
okay.
But this is ESPN.
Yep.
Everybody's, saying got a little, hey man, we gotta get this. We got a shot.
Right.
No, we don't.
At all.
We don't got a shot.
Not,
All right.
not-
Now there was a play that I'm gonna be honest. That if we have two wide receivers on that side and Reggie Bush motions out, they say, Terrance.
Oh, you gotta
Oh no.
We're
line
gonna
up-
give you.
get on three.
We're gonna give you a get up. We're gonna give you a get up and go call. And they was just like, I said, now in practice, your heart, you got confidence.
Oh yeah, I got.
I was
this.
just like,
Okay.
or when you're in practice in Fort Collins, get up and go. I'm like Ray Lewis when
And you
I'm
was
in
fly.
practice.
You-
I was just
you
like
knew
this.
it.
Oh, I was just like the person acting like Reggie Bush in practice. I got it. I was
Yeah.
just like, yo, we're good to go. Man. So I saw the formation.
Oh shit.
I knew the defense we was in. I said, oh no.
Here comes that stand-up
I was
call.
just like this. I said, he was like this. I said, yo, Jay Hall, my boy Jay Hall was the will linebacker. If Jay Hall gives me the get up and go call, it's time.
Yeah.
I said, all right. I was just like, nah, he ain't gonna motion out. I went to the line. He looked left. He looked right. He did like this, put his foot back. Here come Reggie. I said, oh no. Oh God, no. I was just like this. I said, Jay Hall, please don't give it to me. He's like, get up and go.
No, he did quick.
I said, oh God. So I was like, I know when he's gonna flare out. I was just like this. I said, that's the route. He's gonna flare out.
So you had flats.
Oh, so I had the flat. So
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna beat him to the punch. All right.
I'm gonna get there.
I'm gonna get there before he even get there.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just go on
Get
hike.
up and go.
I gotta get up and go.
Hey.
Right when that ball was hiked,
Facts.
I'm there. I was like, go. I take off a field like this. I was like this. I said, boom. I dove. I was like this. I said, bow. Wrap up. I'm on the ground. Jay Hall. I was just like this. I said, yo, I only see a green and white jersey right now.
Oh.
I said, Jay Hall. Jay Hall looked at me. He said, TC, you got him? I was just like, nah, bruh. I said, Jay Hall, you got him? He said, nah, bruh. He did like this. He looked at me, and the crowd goes crazy. Like
The
crowd
sound that you don't want to hear.
rumbling,
Yeah.
like rumbling, like all out. So, like couldn't hear nothing. And he said, oh no, I think he scored. We get up on the ground, we look back like this. I said, oh man, he scored. My coach always used to have a dip in like this.
Yeah, that look.
I said, man, I ain't never gonna play again, man. I was like, but I was just like, he was unreal out there on the field because he did this jump stop. Now on film, I mean, in my head, when I lunged for him, I had him because I definitely lunged.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I tackled air. He caught the ball so fast and did a step back and went around down and went down that sideline. I was just like, yeah.
I mean, he's the best college, to me, in my opinion,
Yeah.
he's the best college football player I've ever seen.
There was none other, but I was just like, that's not an excuse because somebody tackled him. I was just like, somebody
Right.
tackled him that year. You know what I'm saying? When
Not too many, though.
not too many. I mean, but from punt return,
That Fresno State game lives in infamy when he did that same thing on the sideline, that jump cut,
Hey, man, listen here.
Shit was beast mode.
You got to see Lindell then, too.
Yeah.
Lindell
Oh,
White.
that's right.
Yeah.
So I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to Northern Colorado. So I
Yeah.
really like CSU.
Oh, you Greeley. So you
Yeah, see, you
Vince
see how,
Jackson?
you see how,
Just immediately.
Yo,
you see how the CSU guys do
the
us all the
smell.
time?
Yo, that smell, right? Yo, when they come up,
not the
yo,
smell.
hey, man, the smell was so just.
It's only on
rather-
Sundays, though, bro. Only
Yeah,
on Sundays.
yeah. I was just like, it was like
That's
the
twice someone said
slaughterhouses.
something about the smell,
All
man.
the time, man.
No,
It's like
everybody
that.
does, but they would come up. It's just like, yeah, man, what's up? We gonna play? He was like, man, you from Greeley.
Total
You can't talk
disrespect.
to
man. We
me. No,
used to,
but they had monsters come out of there. Vince Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, he came
Miles
up.
Hayes.
Shout out
Yeah,
VJ.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out VJ.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, they monsters came. You can. That's why I say, when I speak to high school kids and everything, I was like, stop worrying about going to Alabama. Stop worrying about
sure.
going to your dream school. Get a scholarship and go to a 4-year school.
Get
If
that
it takes
paid
you,
for.
yeah, it's paid for. If you're gonna go, I was just like, you know, I trained a lot of boys from Topeka, or you know, just gave them some tips here and there. But Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas, you know, you had, you know, let's see, Mike Wilhoit and just monsters, just few monsters come out of you know, my boy Fletch, Washburn, Kerry Williams, the Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens. He's a monster.
Yeah.
And he went to an NAIA.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, now if he would have said, no, I'm not going to JUCO, I'm not going to NAIA and get an attitude about it because I'm not getting recruited, you didn't give yourself a chance.
Nah.
You didn't give yourself that education. You give yourself the shine because you might not have shined, you know, on the third string Alabama.
Right.
I was
How
just
those
like,
politics
but
work,
in this
yeah.
conference, you're a monster. We've had
Right.
people, you know, transfer out of Colorado State and go to, you know, out of state or whatever, and is, you know, played a long career in the NFL.
Yeah.
I was just like, how'd you do that? You know, I was just like, because they gave themselves a shot, and you know what I'm saying, they didn't get down on themselves just because you didn't get recruited. I was just like, you went, you worked, you know what I'm saying, you worked hard every day to get recruited and to give you the best combine and give yourself the best shot. If you ain't doing something to, you know, to outshine the next person, well, there's 100,000 people that's doing the same thing that you're doing when you walk out of the gym.
Facts.
Sure.
So you kind of just touched on combine. So talk about your process. You know, did you have a pro day? You know, how was that? Just give us the whole thing about starting from leaving college and about to transfer into the professional realm.
All right. Well, I didn't have the best transformation. You know what I'm saying? The transformation of from there because I was still angry. I didn't want to play at Colorado State no more. I didn't want to play my last game. I played my last game, but that's a story. We'll talk about this right now. I was just like, mine is, you know, one, you have to get an agent. All right. I was just like, you have to get a good agent. Put film together. You have to put film together. Get an agent. You know what I'm saying? And then if you've done your job over the past 3-4 years, whatever that was possible, then the film is going to speak for itself.
Yeah.
You know, my last game was the hardest I ever played, and that's the only thing that really triggered the scouts for me. I was just like, because I wasn't a, you know, first team Mountain West. I wasn't a this, you know, I wasn't that. I was like, awards and stats, those matter,
Right.
you know, in the
100%.
recruiting process, and especially because somebody's going to say, we're about to give you 100,000, 200,000, $1 million, a signing bonus, put you in, or even put you on practice squad. You're an investment now.
All right.
And I didn't understand that.
All right.
You know, so I didn't take my combine training seriously. I was like, I'd go into the gym, hour and a half. Once I'm tired, I go home. I was like, I went and ran some sprints. Once I was tired, I ran home. I didn't ask anybody for help. I didn't do anything. I'm texting a few boys.
Yeah.
What
My
y'all
boy,
doing?
I'll text my boy Frosty Rucker. I was like, he went to USC.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey man, I was just like, hey, I know you going, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? You got any tips? He's like, work hard, man. Nothing I can tell you.
Right.
I'm doing the same thing you're doing.
Right.
I was just like, but that was the only thing I had because I didn't have that fire under me no more because somebody took my passion from me. And I was just like, I let a coach break me. I was just like, and it fueled me. But back to the the combine process. I was just like, if you're not, your 40 ain't on point, your vert, you're this, you got to show out. And the things where if you wasn't at the best position on the field, if you didn't get the most playing time, then you need to show out at your pro day.
Yeah.
I was just like, because you might not have been able to, to show your 4.3 on the field, but you can show those 10, 12 scouts on the pro day, and it's a light bulb is gonna come on.
Yeah.
Because I was on nobody's radar until my last bowl game, and I'm played, all out. I was just like, this is my last game. It was like, this might be it for me.
Right.
Because that's what I believe.
Right.
But I was like, now you get a chance. You get a shot to run routes. You get a shot to change the direction. You get a shot to throw out those reps, 225. I was like, whatever you do, you got a shot right now where you can make up for that coach that overlooked you or the depth chart or all those things. I was like, and I guess what? You might be a long snapper. Each of us at this table knows a long snapper. I was just like, that was in the league for about 5-6 years.
Making
never,
bread.
Yeah. What? You long snap and run down the field?
That's it.
But I mean, special teams, I was like, I said that only took effort. That took for a coach to see that I can run straight and I can run past the person that's supposed to block me and I can go get a tackle.
Yeah.
And you earn a spot. And that's where people got to make up for where I lacked. I lacked defensive knowledge. I lacked, that motivation, that ethic. I was like, because, again, I'm worried about females. I'm worried about everything else. I wanted to shine, but I didn't work for it.
Got you.
Talk about, because I think, I mean, a lot of people know that, that transition to the pros is going to be some kind of like the pro day is going to be a physical kind of workout. But you touched on it about the mental side of it. I had a similar situation where it's like, yeah, I'm training, but mentally, like, we lost 1,000 games at Northern College. So, like, I just wasn't in it mentally. So talk about that, how important that is.
Man, I mean, to prepare yourself, you have to block out. It's just like when I had the winner mentality, when everybody talks about the Mamba mentality, the Jordan, the great players, it's that they could block out. I had a workout with Philly, and watching B-Doc walk out onto the field, he could play all day, every day, but when he stepped on that field, he's serious.
Locked in.
James Harrison, when he stepped on in the film room, James Harrison I was just like, it's this right here. You can block out your call. I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm being emotional about it.
Yeah.
You owe me something. I can't focus on beating you because I'm still worried about, I was just like, everybody that hurt me and everybody that didn't get my shot. You take your own shot. And that's what players got to do every single rep. It's just like if you have a bad play in any sport, a bad step, a bad play, that's 1 out of 80.
Right. Yeah.
Now, what you going to do? What's your approach for the next play? Are you going to think about that play for the next 80 plays?
Keep beating
Are
yourself
you going to,
up.
I was just like, can you make up? I was just like, now 79 plays out of that 80. Now, I was just like, now we got some film.
Right.
Now we got effort.
Right.
I was just like, whoever I train and coach, I was just like, I don't care if you messed up.
Right.
No, I care because that's why we practice.
Right.
But I was just like, if you make it up to me, and you need to make it up to yourself, you need to forget it. You got to have amnesia on the field. You got to have amnesia on and off the field with your failures.
Yeah. And be able to lock in.
Saying you got to lock in. And what's your approach?
Okay.
I was just like, when you do that, when you're preparing.
Gotcha. All right, so I got one more, and then mine's gonna hit you with some jabs. But
okay.
One more thing in college before we kind of get into kind of like the actual career playing.
Right.
So you You cross a certain fraternity.
Listen here, man. All right, listen here. I'm Phi Beta Sigma.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
just like, no, I'm Blue Phi
Blue
all
Phi.
day. All right, now.
I see a smile on your face.
Hey, man, it was some good nights. All right? It was a good time, man. My LB, I mean, hopefully he gets to listen to this. Albert Bemper, Super Bowl champion. You know, I was just like, that's my LB. Now I almost messed this up. Now I was just like, now, oh man, I told you I was girl crazy. All right, I was just like, I said, now I'm online, and I was just like, man, I ain't gonna make it today, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Now my boy banging on my door like this. Say, TC, let's go. TC, let's go. We out of there. I'm lying to my big brothers. I was just like, sorry, big brother. I had a cold. Like, no, man. I was just like, I'm sneaking girls in my dorm. I was just like, I'm doing everything that basically people online do.
Right.
I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I'm making excuses every single time. It's the things you're not supposed to do. But no, man, thankful for him, man. He got me up, got me going, got me focused again. And no, I crossed in spring 2002. And I got this brand on my arm. My mom, now, my arm is still raw. Now, it's if you've ever been branded, you know, you put it on.
Okay.
Now, there's like a sizzling sound.
Yeah.
But the smell is just, what is going on right now?
Right.
Cooking flesh.
Oh, it's cooking flesh. So I said, man, y'all not touching me. Now, Bimp, he's ready for it. Let's go.
Charged.
You know, I was like, man, all right, whatever, boy. You
Right.
from Texas. I was like, you used to branding
branded
something.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was like, you're used to that, bro. I said, man, y'all ain't touching me. I was just like, now y'all done said I crossed. I said, if anybody touch me, now I can fight y'all. All right, now we good to go. Right. I was just like, you not touching me with that paddle? I was like, don't touch me. And but no, man. I was like, I got branded. My mom saw me the first time, and she was just like this. She said she squinted. She did like this. Took her nails and scratched it like this. I said, oh boy, if I ever went down, she said, if you ever do something else to your body now, tattoos and everything later. Now she's still mad.
Still mad. Wow.
But no, I mean, I disappointed my mom with the brand. But no, it was another day. I was just like, and I was VP and president of my chapter, News Eye chapter in Colorado State. Yeah, proud, man.
So
Proud,
what
blue and
made
white.
you choose that?
Okay, now we're gonna say some truth now.
Let's
All
hear
right,
it.
now we're gonna say some truth. Now, everybody thought, because I'm crazy in high school, and it's the same thing as everything. It's what's popular on campus. I was just like, unless it's your legacy. I was just like, unless your whole family is Alpha, whole family Kappa. Now, I'm mixed. You know what I'm saying? My boy was just like, hey, man, you going to be a Kappa, man. TC, you love the ladies. If you love the ladies,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You going to
Like
Kappa.
twirling that damn
Yeah,
cane.
they're doing cane and everything, right? It's just like this. Now, my Q's on my side of the family is just like, no, TC, you crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like us, you bark. You know what I'm saying? You going to bark. You're going to be a Q. I honestly didn't even know about Sigma. I was just like, and then Alphas was just like, well, TC, you have 3.87. You take school seriously. You know what I'm saying? You educated, you driven, you know what I'm saying? You're a leader. You're going to be an Alpha.
You're getting recruited more from the
Yeah.
fraternities.
Right. I was going to be recruited from the fraternities, but within my family.
I got you.
And when I got out there, I was just like, the dude that approached me from Capo was licking his lips, and it bothered me. It
Rubbing his
bothered
hands.
me.
Right, like, hold on, dude.
And he was just like,
And looking
man.
you in the eyes
Yeah.
and shit. Like, hold on, cuz.
I was just like this. I said, hold up, bro. I was like, man, I can't take him serious. I can't take him serious.
Your
at
shoulders
all.
moving so much,
Yeah,
bro.
you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I was like this. I don't want to squat. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
you wiggling, nigga?
Yeah,
We
why?
always
I don't
wiggling.
even know what this do. What are you doing? All right. And so he's just like this. He said, now this was his real pitch. I'm being dead serious.
Okay.
He's just like this. Hey, you know, Crimson and Cream make the ladies scream, fellas. And I'm sitting there
He was
like
light skinned, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, he was. Hell yeah, he
Let's
was.
be
Hey, Quan, you
honest,
laugh a
bro.
little too hard.
Yo,
God damn it.
come on, bro. I mean, that's what happened. Not taking nothing away from
We gotta break the
every
stigma,
great.
damn
Yeah,
it.
yo. But it's true. Y'all
Yeah.
got good hair. Y'all get that cane.
Why gotta be y'all?
You
Like,
know what I'm saying? That's
It
what
is
it is.
y'all, man.
It is y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened to me. I was like, the Q's
Keep laughing over there.
This is where I crossed off the Q's. That was where I crossed off the Kappa.
Okay.
Kappa, I was like,
Kappa's
Kappa's
done.
out now.
Okay.
All right,
Q's.
Kappa's done. All right. So now the Q's, I was just like this. So they were a little bit cocky. I said, yeah, I'm a little bit cocky. I was just like still fitting in. I was just like a little bit crazy. And then we had this club called the Suite at Fort Collins.
Yeah.
And you went downstairs.
I do know about the Suite.
Yeah. So
Like
one night they all came down from Denver and everywhere.
Okay.
And they strolled. They came in the club butt naked and strolled around the whole club butt naked. I was like, man. I said, yeah.
Hold on, wait. With the boots on now.
Yeah, with the boots.
yeah,
With the boots on.
They butt naked with the boots.
Butt naked and strolled around the whole club. Now, hands on each other's shoulders, crazy as ever, barking. And I was like this. I said, yeah, I like it. I said, man, maybe I'm not a Q.
And the Q's are out.
Yeah, I was just
next.
like, you know what? Let's just cross that off. Let's just cross that off. There wasn't that many alphas, but I was just like, it wasn't strong on campus. But nothing really happened with the alphas that I was just like, but I was like, I might not go that way. But we had a couple football players that was on there, and they was just like, yo, Terrance, like, I know a barbecue, man, and hang out. And then I saw that, all the famous people that was Sigmas and Joey Porter and, Adrian Ross, Colorado State Monsters. I was just like, oh, they was Sigmas too. They were
Emmett.
defensive ends. And, Emmett
Jerry.
Smith. And I mean,
Got local ones here.
yeah. I mean, there's just great. And then I was just like, once you start learning about it, that's what pretty much pushed me over into blue and white. Yeah. And I was just like, I got along with them. I love their heritage. I was just like, I love Black Greek life anyway.
That's all.
I was just like, so whatever you choose, whether it's from, 1908, 1914, well, I was just like, whatever it is, I was just like, make sure it's for you and not for anybody else.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
So really quick, because you got to jump into this, and I want to keep it moving. Just, is there an environment here? Is there a community for the Greeks here in Las Vegas?
I've been reached out for a few out there, and on Facebook. They have a few events. I was like, I've seen that, some great life from the Zetas. I was just like, I'm not as active now. I was like, because, with work and everything else going on, I was like, that's just life. But I always love working in the community. But yeah, no, there is a strong presence out here.
Good.
Yeah, Pops is a Q, so I'm about to
Lord.
talk to him.
Talk to
Here we
him.
go.
Get him
Here
on
we
that
go.
grad chapter.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
yeah.
bro, you weren't butt naked in those.
Hey,
Pop,
yeah.
come on now.
He was.
Hey.
He got some stories for you.
I know he do. I
But
know
see,
he
that's
do.
the thing. Pops can hit us with the wisdom, but we got to ask Pops about that, though.
Yeah, okay, Pop. All right. So
Shout out to Pops.
give me your. I got a couple. Just this is fourth and goal, third and short, whatever
All right.
you want to call it. So your playlist, top song in your playlist, 2000 senior year
Senior year of college.
of college.
Anything with Lil Jon. Let's be honest.
it.
Lil Jon, Crunk, anything Crunk. I was just like, I'm angry. I'm about to fight you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Winter in Fort Collins or summer in Vegas?
Ooh. Summer in Vegas.
Summer in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Better athletes, defensive linemen or DBs?
Oh man, don't do that, bro.
What do you mean don't do that?
Don't do that, bro. Like,
Come
one,
on. Be honest.
Which one?
okay. We go up
Come on.
against fat men every other play. These monsters backpedal, change direction. I'm gonna go with D lineman because, well, one, let's be honest. I was just like,
Yeah, let's be honest.
let's be honest, all right?
I mean, we're being honest
D line, it starts up at the front four. All right. I was just like, it starts with us. I was just like, if we the more pressure we get, I was just like, it makes it easier for them.
What about the better covers on the back end makes it easier for y'all?
I mean, of course it makes it easier. I mean, you get locked down corners. I mean, that's a unit. All right. I'm not taking nothing from anybody else, but I'm going with D line because I believe
coverage sack all the time.
No,
Those are rare teams.
those are rare. But I was just like, but you'd have heard of bad passes from hits and hurries, and when that pocket closed, that makes bad passes. Now the monsters that's done their homework and everything, they're gonna break on the ball. That's regardless.
Okay.
They know the routes anyway.
And we got a D, they got to do a stand up and go.
Oh my God, man! Don't do that, man. Listen here, man. Reggie's a beast. Yo,
Yeah.
he's a beast.
Okay.
Hit him.
Mm-hmm.
So sack or interception?
I'm gonna say interception because we get the ball back.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not gonna be selfish like that.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp. We'll go interior guys.
you are the devil, boy. Man, those are.
It's the quick hits, man.
I'm gonna say Warren Sapp because not to say no, as I say Aaron Donald. I mean Donald is a beast. I watched him. I'm still learning from him to this day. But Warren Sapp, I ran the same. We ran the same defense. Monty Kiffin came out and showed it to us. And
Okay.
watching those monsters out on the field, learn from them how they train, how they practice, and watching practice film on them. It truly changed how I practiced after Colorado State. So I'm gonna go with Warren Sapp because he had a different killer mentality back then. I mean, that's like I'm saying my favorite person on Derek Thomas and LT, Warren Sapp.
That was my next question.
Oh, I don't want to ruin it. Yeah,
between those two,
What-
DT and LT.
man. Now one RIP Derek Thomas because
Right.
I mean, when a coach has to take you out of the game to give the offensive lineman a break, I was just like he could have walked off the field with at least 5-6 more.
Yeah.
I was just like if it's like Kobe taking Kobe out
Right.
and instead of leaving him in the fourth quarter, man.
Right.
He was great no matter what, but LT got me because he was just crazy on the field, and the way LT, the way he took on the game, his ferocity, his anger, his everything. I just connected with that because that's what I learned later on in my career is to use everything you got to kill the man in front of you, and I hated you. I was just like, now I might not talk like, like Lawrence. I was just like, because I was too tired. But I was just like, the way when you watch his film and his first step and his, him being, him watching the game, he knew the game.
Yeah.
Like Ray Lewis and they studied the game. Before you even come out, once you break the huddle, I know your play. The best players, they have you ever seen them break on the ball before the ball? They're students of the game. And so no, like LT, I was just like I'm gonna choose LT, but Derek
Thomas
changed
the game though.
Yeah,
I literally think he's the best football player ever.
Absolutely.
LT. I mean, every left tackle in the league should thank LT that he made them the most important, highest paid person.
But that's how like watching those old, my pops used to have these old VHS tapes. Like I forgot what they were called, man. Like I can't now because I'm not gonna lie, but I don't remember the title. But Crunch Time, and those old VHS tapes, and then you hear him talk. He hated you.
Yeah.
He couldn't stand you. Like the sight of you made him sick.
Yeah.
And every single play, he made you pay for it. And I was just like, that's what I learned later on in my career.
Okay.
I was just like, and that's why I have to go with LT.
I'm with it.
So we're gonna kind of push forward because we battling the clock.
Oh, let's go.
We're gonna jump into kind of your career and here in the game. We want to talk just a little bit about your professional days, and then we'll kind of get into what you're doing currently now. So we're really taking that transition from sports to sales.
Absolutely.
So tell us your favorite team that you played for in your professional when you were in the
my favorite team had to be the San Jose SaberCats.
Okay.
It's about the players and who you play with, and they take it serious. Now it's not taking nothing away from any other team, but I've never seen 25 guys walk every day, wake up with the same purpose. Now you have, I was just like from practice, which is the hardest practice I've ever done. In any other place, I got cocky. I was just like Coach Mayfield, shout out Coach Corey Mayfield in the league, AFL.
Yeah. And
he was just like, when I first got out to San Jose, he's just like, yo, this is Carter, this is 23. Okay, yo, you staying in. 100, they might take, 80, 90 reps of practice. And but it was, for me, it was everybody being serious and wanting to win. every day. I
Right.
was just like, and it was a camaraderie. It was the, you know, when you lost, they took it serious.
Okay.
You know, I was just like, and I loved playing for the Outlaws here, and that I loved ending my career here. But at the same time, when people lost, you're still gonna go to Blue Martini, and you're okay with life. And I was
Right.
just like, and I took it personally that you have a smile on your face. I was just like, when you lost, no,
Gotcha.
I'm a sore loser.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to shake your hand. I don't want to hang out with you. I
Right.
hate you
Right.
right now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I would say the San Jose SaberCats, because I played with true monsters. I played with guys that deserved on every team I played with, but I think that was with talent wise from NFL, CFL, NFL Europe, and I learned so much from them. I was just like I learned back to push myself
Got you.
in practice, and I learned how to push myself on and off the field.
So arena football, the structure. I played for about 2 weeks, and I got hit in one of those walls, and I said, okay, I'll just go to work.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna do that. So
yeah.
talk to me about, I guess, how different the game is from the Mountain West to arena football. The numbers are different. The space is different.
Yeah.
Just talk about that.
I think my biggest adjustment was the timing and the angles.
Okay.
I was just like, because in outdoor football you have roughly 4 seconds. Let's say 4 seconds.
Mhm.
All right. I was just like, to get to the quarterback. You're in a wide nine. You hike the ball. You know what I'm saying? You're good to go. You got time. In arena football, you're shoulder to shoulder, like, you know what I'm saying. So I line up on you. I was
Just
just
on
like,
guards,
his
really?
head, yeah, on the tackle. They're called a tight end and guard.
Okay.
Right.
Three.
So
It's three.
yeah. So I have to be shaded on you, or if
Or
one is
tilt.
to be a
Shade.
referee's gonna come tap you and be like, yo, you too far
Far
out.
Okay.
Wow.
So the angles, I was just like, so roughly you have 2.5 seconds to get to the quarterback, and this is 3 and 5 step drop. I was just like, now
With receivers with running starts.
wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like my boy Donovan Morgan, who is probably one of the, that's why I call him my brother, man. I love him so much. But this monster, you know what I'm saying, is 6'4", and when he comes out of motion, I was just like, his 10 yards that's probably 1 second right there. I was just like, at 2 seconds, you're at probably like 25 yards. The quarterback is ready to throw the ball because he's throwing his hand up.
Right.
We're going up against this dude. This dude has a hands like the size of bananas. Like, have you seen like a bushel of bananas? That's him. And I was just like, and you got monsters like that,
Right.
that's fast and everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, so you got to get past this fat, nasty, dirty old lineman who is gonna scratch, crawl, do whatever,
And hold you.
and do whatever. But that's what I learned. I was just like, it was a hard adjustment.
Yeah.
Because I got signed to the LA Avengers, and I got cut because I didn't know the angles, and I'm trying to rush like I was
Natural.
like I was just like, I'm going
wide
wide
nine.
and I'm coming back. No, I was
Wide
just like,
nine.
you know what I'm saying, and I had to learn. I'm still trying to rely on speed and
Yeah.
getting there. Well, the coach is like, no, you're not working. You have got to have at least a little bit of power. And so I dropped down, and then I worked my way back up.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? But so I would say angles, and adjusting to the game, because I was just like, I might not have a 500 bench press, but speed to power and change of direction and the angles was something that was the biggest my biggest learning curve in arena football.
Wow. So how long did you play arena?
10 years.
It was 10. Okay.
It was 10 years.
'Cause I was
yeah.
looking, and what was your total sacks? Because I was trying to get
Man.
and that's the thing, right? That league, like how well are they keeping those stats
They're
for
not.
your okay?
They not. I mean, now I'm gonna say this first and foremost. Everybody that got a sack earned it. I was just like, then that's another.
Right.
Now, but me, teams didn't like me. Like, so they might give my sack, and they might make it an incomplete pass. They might give my sack, and they might label it as so if I got a sack forced fumble, they would just label it as a forced fumble. I was just like, how?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I just stopped. I just stopped fighting it because I wasn't about stats anymore. I was just like, I'm not gonna make first team. I was just like, I'm not gonna make it to the NFL, and that's where I really stopped caring about stats. Is when I knew I wasn't going to the NFL. I was like, that's what I was just like. I saw a huge difference in my play and my practice. I was like, when I knew after Pittsburgh, I knew I wasn't going to the league.
Okay.
I was just like, that was my last shot right there. And,
You just knew it. Just
I mean,
had a
just
feeling,
from
The league going
feeling, from looks, from scouts,
Okay.
from an agent. You know, when an agent is active in your life, and Terrance, what you doing? Where you at? What you doing? Are you practicing? Are you
Right.
training? Are you doing this? And coaches are, you know what I'm saying, you see them on the sideline. I was just like, hey, you have a feeling about it. I was just like, after that, now, even though I was playing hard
Mhm.
out in Pittsburgh, but when the league shut down, that was my last shot. So I was just like in Pouncey, we was working out at Powertrain.
okay.
I was just like in Pouncey, was just a beast.
He's a beast.
And he watched a game of mine, and I think I came out with like 2.5 sacks. We played the Philadelphia Soul,
Okay.
and I think I had like 2.5 or 3 sacks. I was just like, so, and he was there, him, and they came out. I was like, that was just like the biggest thing is, guys like that took time out of their schedule. They didn't have to come support us, but
Sure.
they did.
Mhm.
Right.
Pouncey was just like, man, he's just like, hey, man, you was a beast. I said, what? Like, for real? Like me? You watch me.
Right.
Like, you this. And he's just like, man, we got to do some one-on-ones. I said, yo, you want to do it now? He's like, man, he's just like, first off, he said, I was playing, bro. He said, I get paid for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the most coolest, humblest dude I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying? But when you see a James Harrison who can sing, like you learn little things about people being around them. Now they're on the city. We were training.
Hold on. You said
up?
he can sing?
Yes.
The
James
same
Harrison.
James Harrison that play he do the volleyball with
medicine ball.
with the
Yo.
medicine ball?
Yo,
and
the one saying-
get envelopes.
Yes. Yo.
Take his
this
kids'
man.
trophies.
Yeah, man, the participation. I don't want that trophy.
trophy.
Get that trophy out of here. I applauded. I stood up and I applauded on Facebook when I saw that. But no, like real quick. So we was training, and the head trainer who trained like a lot of head guys. He's like, hey, the Steelers train here. Leave them alone. We was just like, man, we're professionals too. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not groupies. Like whatever.
Right.
James Harrison, like again, he takes this serious. Now we're in the squat racks where he's just like, hey, if you're in the squat racks, be in the squat racks. So the music changed. Now I think it was like R. Kelly or something like that, and we hear, and we did like this. So now everybody's just like this.
Everybody kind of get that look like.
No, like this is how hard everybody's head was shaking though. Like everybody was just like this. He's like, don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. And then, but that was at the end of his workout. So now he's back human now.
Yeah.
I was just like, and he's just like, oh, what, y'all didn't know I can sing? You know what I'm saying? You good?
Big Debo singing.
Yo,
Debo
I was
singing.
just like, that man should be on America. You know what I'm saying? Like
a melodious voice.
America's Got Talent, my melodious voice. But seriously, like those were the
too funny.
times, man. Times like that, man.
All right. So how did you transition? Because I mean, so now to football's over and you're doing your daily career stuff in the sales.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the things you're doing in the sales heavy. So what made you transition into that realm?
This is what made me transition to it. I didn't know what to do. This is I was just like, you want to know what my resume said? Football. And so I'm like this. So I'm like calling people who I thought was my friends and
Oh, boy,
what I'm saying, had 6-figure jobs and extremely successful. And I'm after I'm leaving here, I was just like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call this guy up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a major paying job.
Because it's my
And,
people.
you know what I'm saying? I'm
You gonna
good.
look out.
And I was just like, and we good to go. And so they was just like, yeah, guy, Terrance, come on, guy. Yeah, Terrance, come on. And he was like, just send your resume over. I was like, my what? Yeah. And I had no other skills. I was just like, and that's why I feel that's where I regretted in my career is that when we got out of practice at 3:00 in the afternoon,
Or those off days.
those off days, I was just like, I should have been taking a class. I was just like on business, on finances, on accounting. I was just like, or on entrepreneurship. I should have been researching and doing something. I was like, we could have been running camps. I was like, we could have been doing something to dedicate ourselves to something more than just accepting the bare minimum. I was just like, and so I went to a hard, rude awakening.
Damn.
And I was just like, I went from playing on ESPN and CBS Sports and NFL Network, and interviewing, and I went to being a merchandiser at Southern Wine and Spirits.
Stocking those shelves.
Stocking shelves, beer.
Oh, that lie.
The most embarrassing thing, and I'm seeing people that saw me,
Absolutely.
like probably they was at a game. They was like, Terrance, what you doing here? I was like, I'm stocking the shelves.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing now, huh?
They hit you with that, right?
Yeah, but I had to work my way up. I was just like, then I worked my way into sales and
Little tycoon.
Yeah, I was just like, and it man. I mean, it was just a rude awakening because I didn't know my identity. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And I don't have a passion to get up no more.
Right.
I was like, you think I want to get up and work 12-hour days when we was practice and then we would go and lay down for the rest of the day?
So I want to touch on that. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And Miles and I talk about this all the time, and it's just really big for athletes and just anybody that's really going down the path of being great at something, and then they have to switch gear.
Yeah.
And what that does to you for switching gears. So talk about mental health. I know you're kind of an advocate for it a little bit too.
No, I am because I went through it, and I can be honest about it is because I thought before I went through it, before I experienced it, I said, and what a lot of what this country is going through, you're not experiencing it, so you don't respect it.
Yeah.
And you don't accept it. And so with me, I had to go through it. So I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what it wasn't like getting thousands of dollars a week. I didn't know what it was like. I was just like not sending money home. I didn't know what it was like, to nobody to recognize you anymore. And then to add that to the pain that I was feeling from all those years, my neck, my back, my knees, it's hard to get up. Now, I don't want to get up to go to work. Now, my body's definitely telling me that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, when I started having thoughts, I'm for real going crazy. I said, no, I was just like, wait a minute. I was just like, did I just hear a voice or did I think that? And I started to try to mask my pain and what I was thinking and feeling with more alcohol. I started to mask it with more pain pills. And I was just like, I was paralyzed last year. It was around this time last year. I was just like, I'm having a hard life. I'm having a hard year. I was just like, and I was just like, you know what? What if I just don't wake up?
Damn.
And
that's a reality too.
It is. I was just like, but I didn't. I was just like, I would have called you a coward 2 years before that. I was just like, you're selfish. You leaving your family, your friends, and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying?
Nieces and nephews.
Yeah, nieces and nephews. I was like, my nieces. I was like, I'll never. I was just like, now I got seven nieces. I got one new nephew, and I was just like, I couldn't imagine. But you feel so alone. And you don't hear anything. Now, I love my mom. I love my daddy. I love my friends. I love everybody who is involved in my life. I was like, I'm your number one fan. There's nothing I won't do for you. And I couldn't hear them. The only thing I could hear was, you're not supposed to be here no more. And so I would sleep on top of my gun. I never put it to my head. I never put it in my mouth. I never took a whole bunch of pills. But I would drink to forget. So I would go out and literally 20 shots later, I was just like, and I'd wake up like this in a drive-thru and look around. And I was like, how am I still alive? Why am I still alive? Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, not thankful. And I would lay the gun down on the bed and I was just like, I'll just go to sleep. And I would say, I hope it goes off. And I was just like, as I was that miserable. And I became that cancer around everybody. I'm no longer happy. And I was like, people that would used to party hard with me. And I was just like, yo, we going out? Nah, bro.
Because they felt that
They
energy.
felt it. They felt it. And like, so somebody I call my, you know what I'm saying, a really good friend out here, he parties hard, was just like, nah,
Damn.
you're telling me no? And so the reason why I say that, and I was just like, when I found the courage, my mother called me one day in tears because she video called me, and I was just like, all right, let me pick up. And she's like, get up, in tears. She's like, Terrance, get up. She's like, just do one thing, get up. I was like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling. She's like, Terrance, get up, please. And she's in tears. I don't feel it. She's like, Terrance, get up, please. And she's in tears. Then my boys is calling me, 50, Bimp, Murder, everybody like, TC, man, please. Now these dudes, they don't cry.
Right.
These dudes don't, we don't do emotion like that.
Yeah.
TC, please. Get up, man. Nah, I don't got it, bro. I don't got it no more. And then, you know what I'm saying? I made a promise to her. I made a promise to God that I was just like, she said, get up and do one thing for me. She said, just shower and you can lay back down. I said, okay, I can do that. I got up and I showered and I laid back down. The next day, she said, okay, get up and shower and eat something for me today. Got up, showered, went to the refrigerator, got some grapes, and went back, you know what I'm saying, went and laid back down. But then little by little, I started to feel again. But that came with isolation.
Yeah.
And that came with being honest with myself. And that came with, you know, accepting that I was making God my money, making women my God, making money my God, making materials my God. And I was jealous of people that are truly miserable, but they have millions of dollars, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why today, that's why I speak on, you know, when I get on my posts and everything, if I reach one person, and I try to encourage them to get up and not to leave this earth, because you're more than that. And I said something the other day. I was just like, have patience in your purpose. And to have patience in your purpose is, you don't know if it might come tomorrow. You don't know if it's going to come in a year. It might become 10 years. I'm 37 years old and I finally know my purpose. And I was just like, you don't know what this show is going to do, what this job is going to do, what entrepreneurship is going to do, what this person is. I was like, it takes one person to say yes. I was like, the company that I'm with now, I was just like, that it took one person to say yes.
And who are you with now? You want to share
I'm
that?
with Canopy Growth,
Yeah.
Canopy Growth Corporation. I do CBD now. I was just like, I went from a company with Southern Wine and Spirit that made me a merchandiser, and I'm making, you know, I'm scraping together just to live month to month for somebody to say, no, you're good. We trust you and your ability. We trust you in this to go out and do it, this. And I was just like, to live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? It takes that one time. But what did you do to take those steps to get there?
Right.
Did you refresh your resume? Did you go out? I was just like, did you take that course? I was just like, everybody wants fame. Everybody wants the change, but they don't want to do nothing extra. So you want to do, I was like, the same thing every single day, but you expect a different outcome.
Yeah.
That's a definition of insanity.
That's a definition of insanity.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I started doing different. And that's why I went on my cleanse. I was just like, you know what? Let me stop worrying about females. Let me stop worrying about what other people think. Let me stop worrying about something that I can't change. And I started to learn peace.
That's awesome.
And I started to learn happiness. And I think that was the first night I met you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, you know, hearing Ray Lewis speak, I was still broken. I'm still hurting. I was just like, I'm not fixed. I'm still today.
Yeah.
I'm happy, but I'm still working on me.
It's a process.
It's a process. And that's why I said you have to have patience in your purpose.
That's huge, man. That's powerful.
I was just like, something might come. I was just like, in 10 days, it might come in 10 years, but are you going to be prepared for it?
And are you working towards it?
Are you working towards it?
I love it, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome,
That's
man.
powerful. You got testimony, bro. That's powerful.
And thank you for sharing, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what we got you here, man. So we want to get into the winner's circle, man, as we're winding down here, and what we do in the winner's circle. This is that platform, man. We definitely want to know all the good things that you're doing out here. So I'm gonna start off with the kind of two we had quickly chatted about, and you can expand upon it. And then if there's anything else you want to share, but you say you do like a blanket drive in the winter.
Yeah.
So talk to us about how that started and how people can support that.
Oh, well, one, I mean, it's not no really. I mean, I just post on IG and ask people for it. But I mean, I've had to sleep in cars, and I've been in, saying situations. I was just like that. I didn't know where I was going. When I was in between, am I going back home to Kansas, or am I staying out here in Vegas? I was just like, that frost that came over me when you have to turn your car off because you don't have enough gas money.
Right.
I was just like, so
That
do I
chill.
turn my turn my gas off? I mean, turn my car off to save gas.
Yeah.
I said, or do I was just like cover up with the cover. I was like, we don't have coats out here. So the nights that I did sleep in my car until I transitioned to my friend Ricardo Laguna. He's a BMX rider. He was in Lisa's song. Shout out to them because for real friends. I was just like, because she was just like, Terrance, like, just come out, stay with my, with my friend. She was just like, at that time they were together, but she's like, stay with him. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, But I was just like, that's why it means something to me for that blanket drive, because I said, if I just had something warm to cover me up that night, or to lay something soft to lay my head on, I was like, it would have made the biggest difference to me.
Yeah.
And so when I ask people to give their blankets or clothes or socks or gloves or whatever, I call it the blanket jar, but I ask you to give. I was just like, and you can come out and hand it out with me. I was like, the only thing is that you can't take pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like, if you're gonna do it, then do it.
Yep.
I was just like, if you're gonna give. If you don't, you don't. During the summer,
You do.
water, hygiene.
Kinda like
Well,
little hygiene
also the
kits or
same
whatever.
hygiene kits.
Yep.
I mean, throw in a little small thing of deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste. Saying a rag or whatever. I was just like, I'll go and hand it out. I was just like, so he's like, well, why don't we see you doing it? I was just like, because that's not why I'm doing it.
Right.
If you're going to give, if you're going to be a human, do you want to be a human that records themselves giving them something? I was just like, or do you really
And
want to
reducing
go
the
and change
human
it?
that's receiving it when they're in a
Right.
down moment.
Exactly. And I mean, and one guy literally just said to me, thank you. And he's just like, I just needed something warm tonight. That to me was
Powerful,
the
man.
one of the best moments. I was just like, I've been on this earth. I was just like, because to give to somebody in need, I was just like, to serve. And that's what I felt. I was just like, it felt better than getting a sack in front of 1,000 people. It
Yeah.
felt better than spending $1,000 at a club. It felt
Money don't
better
buy
than
that.
anything.
Yeah.
Is truly being a servant. I was just like, and giving yourself to a higher purpose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big time.
All right, man. So we've come to the end, man. We really appreciate you. So this last part is called the assist, man. So this is where you get to drop some jewels, drop some knowledge. It can be a quote. It can be a mantra. Just maybe something you would tell your younger self, but just something quick, that you would share with the people out there. So go ahead and give them the assist.
I mean, my assist was I kind of like handled on it is that the patience in your purpose.
Yeah.
I was just like, I live by it because I believe in it, and I believe that you need to take the time to know yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, and I think you need to take the time, to know how you feel when you're sad, to know how you feel when you're happy, to know how you feel, but do it by yourself. You don't need, quotes from anybody else. You don't need memes. You don't need anything. I was just like, so knowing your true self and dedicating yourself to a higher purpose. I was just like, truly. And that's what I would say to myself as a younger self. And that's what I'm trying to live by. And as I try to get better every day, I was just like, as I'm on this earth.
Love it, man.
Salute you, bro.
Man.
That's big time.
No, that's serious, Jules, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, like always, man, we want to thank our guests, and we want to thank you, the people, for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's show and you got some nuggets out of here, man. So, hey, follow us on Black in Sports. We're on the IG, Twitter, Facebook. Give us feedback. Let us know what you thought of the show and who else you want to see on the show. Hit subscribe on our YouTube page and check us out we're on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, and your favorite podcast platforms. So we're doing these interviews for you, and just remember, we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.